you the most important things to do when you first start building your business. These are the key principles that I've applied to my own business for success. So let's jump straight into this. First of all, to be successful, friends, you need to know what is your definite purpose. You need to know, why are you doing this? What do you want out of this? When I look back at my journey, the thing that propelled me the most, the thing that has given me success, was not that I believed in myself or that I was 100% confident that I could do this, or even that I was 100% confident in the product or in the company. I didn't know. I was going based on facts that I had seen and hope that I had in my heart. But at the end of the day, I just had to get to work. I couldn't wait until I believed in myself, because I was so desperate to change things for us as a family. You see, my hubby and I had been through another year of working extremely hard, him driving up and down to Brisbane from the Sunshine Coast every day, spending 2-3 hours in the car every day, being away from home a lot, working overseas. For us financially, things just got tougher because we had mum and dad move in with us and a lot of stuff happened. And it's a great blessing to have them, but financially we were struggling. We were worse off at the end of the year than what we had been at the start of the year. And I saw the blood literally draining out of my husband's face when he said to me, Charlotte, I don't dream anymore. There is nothing that really excites me about getting up in the morning. I'm purely surviving. And I really saw this vibrant, happy guy turn into just a miserable, moody guy. And I knew that that was not his purpose in life. And so I went looking, found this company, found the product, but more than that, I was determined to find it. I was determined to change my family's lifestyle and future. And if I hadn't jumped in, even when I didn't believe in it, I remember taking my first Protandim, looking at the tablet thinking, you may be the biggest load of nonsense ever, but hell, if you do what people say you do, this could be the thing I've been waiting for my whole life. So let me ask you, where are you at with your purpose? Do you know why you're in this business tonight? Do you know why you said yes and why you've joined us? And it's not always money. You know, oftentimes it is because you really genuinely want to help people with their health. And that's such a beautiful thing. You know, when you help enough people get what they want in life, it will get you what you want. So this is the heart of us. It's the heart of our team. That's why we have a heart as a logo, because we have a big heart to help people. But friends, if you don't have something that's going to drive you through those moments when you want to give up, you will find this incredibly difficult. So no, don't go to bed tonight before you know, why are you doing this? And are you determined to do it? Are you determined to reach 1,000 people because you want to change their lives health-wise? Are you determined to push through those moments because you want to see your family set up financially, your children, your grandchildren? You want to leave a legacy. You are not going to leave this earth until you've got that in place. Is that you? Because that's me. So look at this beautiful saying by Thomas Edison. Discontent is the first necessity of progress. Are you content or discontent with where you're at? You know, a lot of people, I call them, are comfortably uncomfortable. In other words, they will moan and groan and whinge about their life, and there's always something new to moan about, and there's always some reason why not to do things, but they will not take action. They will not get off their butt and do something to change it. So how deep is that nail in your flesh? How much is it hurting? Big question. please be familiar with your answer. And whatever that is, write it out. Write it out. If it's a person, for me, it was my husband. I stuck a photo of him on my computer screen. And oh my gosh, some days I wanted to punch that photo because it was him staring at me that made me realize I needed to keep going, right? What is it for you? If you can take a photo of it, put it up on your computer, put it as your screensaver on your phone, stick it on your mirror, wherever it is that you're going to see it so that you keep going. Now let's look at another key thing that I have found a huge criteria for success is, what are your expectations? And I apologize if you have come in with the wrong expectations, because this is not a quick money making scheme. This business, you need to commit long term, 3 to 5 years long-term commitment. This is a profession. You need to learn it. It's like going to university and doing a degree. But what if it took you 4 years? What if it took you 5 years to generate and set up an income of 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month? That's where I'm heading. 100,000 US a month, residually, whether you work or not. Is it worth the 4 years? Is it worth the 5 years? Isn't that exciting? Put up in the chat and tell me, what is your goal? Where are you heading? Now, of course, it doesn't have to be a monetary goal. It may be your vision and your dream may be to set 1,000 people free from pain. How awesome is that? Put up whatever it is that you, if you're comfortable doing that, I would love for you to share. Friends, you've got to treat this as a business, not as a hobby. You know, people say it's going to pay you like a hobby, but actually I don't agree, because hobbies don't pay you, they cost you. So if you don't treat this as a business, it's going to cost you, right? You need 10% skills here and 90% is mindset. Don't wait until you know everything. That's a big trap that people fall into. And I did with my first company. I was too scared to talk to people in case they asked me a question and I didn't have the answer. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, bring on the questions, because if I don't know, I'm going to get somebody on a call who does know. That's the mindset. Now I want to give you the 3 Ps, and this is what I have stuck to with building my business. If I've had you on personal coaching, you've heard me talk about the 3 Ps. Persistence. What does persistence mean? It means you continue on a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. So you just keep pushing. Perseverance, what does that mean? It means you continue in that course of action even in the face of difficulty or with little or no indication of success. That's big. Who can keep going and keep going and keep going when you see no results? That's what you've got to do. That's what I had to do. I had it in that first year. I can remember ringing G, my business partner, pretty much close to the end of a whole year of working extremely hard, saying, G, I'm still not making money. What's going on? You know, but we knew, so we were just bouncing off each other, but we knew that it's long-term commitment and consistency and perseverance. So it's keeping on even if you see no indication of success. Hold on a second. The next word is patience. Who loves the word patience? Oh my gosh. So patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, problems or suffering without becoming annoyed or anxious. In other words, you just do what you know you've got to do, and you just do it again, and you do it again. Friends, one of the biggest moments for me was when I learned that. I learned that I had to remove my emotions from building my business. And I just had to take that DMO list, which is my daily modus operandi or operation list, and I just had to do it day in and day out, day in and day out. Even if everybody said no, all day long, every day. I just had to keep going. And today, look what has happened for us as a family. Both my children have incredible businesses. Me and my husband retired in December. He no longer works. He's an engineer. He's worked like 30 years. And the guy's like, oh my gosh, I'm home. You're the best wife. So this is what's possible because I had the 3 P's and I practiced them daily. What's very important too is your understanding of what it's going to take. This is a numbers game. I don't like that phrase, but it's the reality. All I want to add to that is just don't treat people like numbers. Treat them like people, so really care about them. But at the end of the day, when you talk to any network marketing leader, they will tell you it comes down to numbers. Listen to this. Bill Britt, who's the #1 income earner for Amway, says this. Because he says, I get asked so many times, what's the secret? What's the secret? What's the secret, Bill? It's like there is no secret, friends. He says he spoke to 1,200 people. 900 looked and 300 joined. And the 1,200 people he did over years. So it took him like 5 years. It might take you, how quick do you want to rip the Band-Aid off? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 10 years? But 1,200 people, 900 looked, 300 joined, 85 did something. Look at those statistics. 85 did something. 35 were serious. And only 11 people ran with it hard, like I am. And they contribute to him earning $1 million US a month. Can you imagine that? So a lot of people think, I have to go and find 1,000 people. No, you don't. How beautiful is social media? You can have 5,000 Facebook friends. And if you talk to them and 1,200 are willing to have a chat with you and 900 say, yeah, I'll have a look, you may just come up with the same figures as Bill Britt. How exciting is that? Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. And this, of course, was when he was designing the light bulb and testing that, right? But so many network marketers talk to 10 people or even 100 people and they give up. You can't. In this business, you have to keep going. And you just have to talk to the next one and talk to the next one. So are you willing to talk to 1,200 people? Are you willing to talk to 2,000 people? What are your numbers going to look like? You do get a lot better the longer you do this, right? So your results and your success rate increases a lot. But are you willing to talk to 1,200 people so that you can work with 300? Are you even willing to work with a team of 300? It is so much fun. We have 1,400 distributors now in my business. Isn't that amazing? In our team, we have 1,400 distributors. It's fun working with 300 people. Being a top leader is all about sifting and sorting through people. So as you talk to the people, don't pitch to them, don't sell to them. You're sifting and sorting by building relationship with people and asking them questions about where they are at in their life. What are their struggles? What are their wins? What are their dreams? What are their aspirations? And when you show genuine, legit interest in people, before you know it, they share with you a pain in their life. And I am yet to find a pain that we don't have a solution for. It's either health, finances, or time. That's what I found. So, of course, we can't, help if their pain is maybe a divorce or a death. Unfortunately, we can't help with that. But all of the others, we have a solution in our product and in our company and in our team with the support that we give. So is it going to take you 2 years or 10 years? Are your expectations set correctly? Or have you come in thinking in 6 months, I'm going to build $100,000 a month income? Friends, that's highly unlikely. I would love you to do that, but that's highly unlikely. So make sure that your expectations are set well. Have you spoken to your family? What's your family's understanding of what you're doing? You know, oftentimes I find that there can be conflict because mom's always working or dad's always on the phone. Get off the phone, mom. But you know, when you sit your family down, and I learned this the hard way. I was that mom who was constantly on the phone, in between everywhere, so never quite present. And my kids used to say, Mom, can you just get off the phone? And so I went to an event once, and at the event, the speaker was brilliant, and he gave us advice on how to really get your family on board. And one of the things was sit them down, have a family meeting, and discuss with them what it is that you want to do and what you are doing it and why. Why are you doing it? You know, and how will it change your family's future? But also discuss with them the consequences that if you didn't do it, how would things look? You know, so help them make the decision for you, because then they feel like they've bought into this, they are part of it, and you will find them support you a lot more those moments when you are on the phone, when they're looking for your attention. Another really important thing is your belief in the products and LiveVantage and in our industry or our profession, network marketing. If you lack belief in the products, go watch YouTube. Just put in ProTandem and YouTube, and before you go to bed at night, watch 10 little videos of testimonials. There are thousands, and I bet you your belief will grow. Go have a look at Activate My Life, our Facebook group. Look at the testimonials in there. Wow, they blow me away every time I see them. Go look at our company. There's a great app called Business for Home. Go research on there about LiveVantage. You'll see that at the end of last year, we won a great award at Business for Home to be, actually the award was for the most, I think it was lucrative or most exciting developing home business for 2018. That's massive. Go onto the stock exchange, go have a look at what's happened to our stocks. Did you see that last week LiveVantage released their financials for the second quarter of 2018? And we had the biggest sales revenue in the history of this company. Friends, not just in the last year, in the history of LiveVantage. So build your belief in the company. Go and have a look at this video on YouTube. It's called MLM Mythbusters, right? It's done by David Wood, and he talks about what all the top guys like Robert Kiyosaki and Richard Branson and all those guys say about network marketing, and how he absolutely diffuses the myth of network marketing being a pyramid or, you know, a bad thing. Go watch it. It's a 10 or 12-minute video. In fact, I think it may even be on Team Activate in the library, video library. Go look for it. So build your belief in our profession. And then, of course, you. As I mentioned to you before, don't wait until you believe you can do this, but self-development is crucial. So as you take a step on doing self-development by listening to motivational stuff, maybe it's skills-orientated stuff, take a step and take action, right? So self-development, action, self-development, action. But if you wait until you believe in yourself, it's not going to happen easily, because we are, by nature, we doubt ourselves and we are super critical of ourselves. So action diminishes lack of confidence. Action diminishes the fear of talking to people. Action is the answer. What do top enrollers do, and what do they believe? Well, top enrollers believe that they have a gift to give and are totally unattached to the results. So they don't believe they're selling to people. They believe that they are obligated to share this gift that they have found themselves with people. And then the answer or the result is out of their hands. They've done their bit, and then it's for the person to take the information they've shared with them and make a decision on whether they want to join or not. That's what a top enroller does. They never ever are attached to the answer, the outcome. Top enrollers know that the gifts are product, business, coaching, teaching, mentoring, and inspiring. So we know that it's a package deal. This is not just about the product. This is about the family, the social side, the coaching we get, the mentorship, the inspiration. People lack that. They are so hungry for more of that out there in the world. Top enrollers, as I mentioned before, don't take anything personally. They're totally unattached. Top enrollers know that they have very little control over the results, and they talk to lots of people. Are you a top enroller? Or are you going to be a top enroller? Top enrollers also consistently build and maintain a pipeline. This is very important. What is a pipeline? Well, a pipeline are the people that you've spoken to who are busy looking at what you have, so either product or business. And always make sure that you have at least 10 people that are sitting in that stage, right? 10 people. Top enrollers also make new friends everywhere they go. They have a friends first philosophy. Do you have a friend that when you see them come down the road, you sort of duck and you think, oh my gosh, what is she going to try and sell me now? I have a friend like that. Every time I see her, she's got something new to sell me, and it is so annoying. That's not what top enrollers do. Top enrollers are all about friends first, and then talking and asking questions and building rapport and relationship, and then when the opportunity arises, to talk about what they have. Top enrollers also very rarely prejudge. This is a big one, very big one. They will pre-qualify people. In other words, if you know of somebody who has bad values and morals, would you approach them to be in your business? I definitely won't. So that's like pre-qualifying people, but you don't prejudge them, right? You talk to everyone because you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I'll give you a great example. When I was with Isagenix, we had an event on the coast here, and I was presenting at this event, and right in the front, there was a big guy sitting right in the front with his arms sort of crossed, and naturally, because Isagenix was mainly about weight loss, I assumed this guy was there to lose weight, to find out about the products. And one thing I learned is with Isagenix, I used to always, when I opened a meeting, ask, can I have a show of hands of who's yet to look at the product, and then say who's yet to look at the business. And oh my gosh, when I asked who's yet to look at the product, the guy never put his hand up. When I said who's yet to look at the business, he raised his hand. So what I didn't know is this guy was facing bankruptcy, and he was desperate for a financial solution. But in my mind, I had prejudged him as somebody who wants to lose weight. So be very careful. Top enrollers also never take people off their list. I love this one. This is absolutely what I live by. You stay talking to people until they're in or they're dead, right? You do not give up on people unless they've been extremely rude to you. Then you just take them off your list, because why would you want to help them in any way? So a recipe for success, friends, and I want you to think about LiveVantage and what do we have here? Recipe for success. If you go and bake a cake, you need some basic ingredients, and then you need a hot oven, right? So our recipe for success is, of course, a consumable, high retention product. When you have a consumable, so in other words, a product that people use every month, and they can afford it, they're getting great results, which means the retention is high, you've got a great first part of your ingredient ticked. Then when you have a company that's not new, but it's young, and you're still so unsaturated in the market, in other words, hardly anybody knows about you, oh my gosh, that's the eggs for that cake. So now you've got the flour and you've got the eggs. And then when your company pays out 48.5 cents of every dollar in revenue and commission, which is what LiveVantage does. And when you look at the income disclosure statement and you see the money is spread equally between all the ranks, you now have the milk because you know you can earn great money. I've mentioned first to market, and then the last thing in terms of the ingredients that you need is that support and training. And I believe, of course, I'm going to be biased, but I believe Team Activate is the top team. So of course you got the support and the training. What's missing? The hot oven, and that's you. You now just need to work it, learn, work, learn, work, learn, and I guarantee you success, because that's exactly what I did. So for you to work it, you need to have a plan. No person buys a business. Let's say you go buy a McDonald's franchise. Are you going to just open the doors and you have no plan of how many staff do you need? What are your office hours? What ingredients do you need to make those burgers? You know, what do you need a machine that makes shakes? No, you're going to know exactly what you need. In fact, Macca's comes with a business plan. It tells you the office hours. It tells you how many staff you need. It tells you what to order in terms of ingredients for your products. So the same in this business. But what I've seen happen here is so many people come on board and they just treat this as, if I get time, I'll get to it. And, you know, not tonight because little Johnny has a cold and I'm rather going to, you know, maybe, you know, go sit with Johnny for 2 hours to make sure he's okay. And I'm not diminishing family at all. So family comes first. But excuse after excuse after excuse, and not even, you know, have a plan, have a space. It's so important. Do you have a space where you can work? Do you have an office or a desk, or at least, you know, it can be in your bedroom, but just a little spot that's yours, that's maybe a teeny weeny little desk that has a notepad on it, that has, you know, your phone. Do you have a phone that's got maybe an open, you know, lots of data and you can phone people when you need to, or are you restricted? Do you know what times you're going to work every day, 5 days a week? I encourage 5 days a week. That's a big one for me. I don't encourage 7 days a week. If you want to push it to 6, go for 6, but make sure you take 1 day off where there's no business talk. Okay, do you come onto all the trainings and events? You never ever miss any of those. And to know a little bit about the product is really important. So you just want to know 5 things about each product, and then you want to know how to use a 3-way call. You know, friends, we've got some, you know, quite a few new distributors, as you know, and what I'm seeing, the ones that are progressing the quickest are the ones who are using us that have been in the business for a while to do 3-way calls for them. Very important. You know what a 3-way call is? Well, it's so simple. It's basically just you take your phone and you're calling 2 people in to the same call. So let's say you've got an iPhone, you're going to dial me. Let's say I'm on the call and, you know, John is on the call. You dial me, you say, hey, Charlotte, hold on a sec. I'm just adding John. You look at your phone and you'll see there's a plus. You just press on the little plus button. It'll let you search for John's number. You dial John. Once John answers, you'll see there's a button that you press that says merge. You press merge, and now you, me, and John can hear each other. You introduce John to me, you introduce me to John, and you zip it. You mute yourself, and you don't say another word until I call you back. That's how you do a 3-way. So I'm then talking to John, asking him questions, sharing all about the opportunity, the business, and I'm getting John over the line for you. Okay, I'm closing him even on a pack. And then I come back and I say, Susie, John is ready to join. I'm going to leave the call now and you two can sort out the logistics. How cool is that? But you know what's the best? Is that you learn. You learn while you mute it. You don't put your phone down and, you know, go cook. No, you listen and you make notes because you're learning the things to say. That is so important for success in this business when you're new. So whether it's just for a customer or a distributor, please make sure you use 3-way calls. And then part of your business plan is, do you have clear goals? Do you know what you need to do first? And do you know what you need to do to achieve those goals? And some of that we're going to look at now, but also hop onto Tuesday night's training. Apologies that this Tuesday night was cancelled. I was really unwell, but next Tuesday it'll be on, and we will show you step by step what actions to take in your business every day. For now, where do you start? The very, very first thing that we encourage you to do when you're new in this business is to find your first 4 customers. Now, they can be distributors as well, of course, that's even better, but find your first 4 customers. And you may say, Charlotte, that's really odd. Why is that? Well, let me explain. Do you know that we have a requirement for you earning top commission every month? And that requirement is that you have a PV or personal volume of 200 points. Now, you may know that you have to process 1 bottle of Protandim a month to keep your distributorship open. So 1 bottle a month, which is 40 points. To get to the 200 points, when you have another 4 customers, each buying 1 bottle of Protandim, that's another 160 points. Together with your 40 points equals the 200 that you need. So to set you up for success from day one, please, the first thing you need to do is find your 4 customers. Friends, and that should be super easy. We all have family, we have friends, and I'm not a big advocate for going, hound your family and friends. Please don't do that. But we have loved ones, and we know once you start understanding the beauty and the importance of Protandim, you will want your loved ones on there. So mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, nephew, auntie, uncle, maybe that best friend or friends of yours, show them what we have in Protandim and enroll your first 4 customers. Now, in our system, you will see if you go into Team Activate under back office, we have videos there to show you how to sign up customers. Customers don't really enroll, they sort of check out more. If you think about it, I always think of it this way. When I go into a shop as a customer, I'm not enrolling with that shop. I'm just taking what I want, putting it into a cart and checking out. And that's the same philosophy with our business. So customers grab what they want off your link, right? Make sure they use your link. They grab the products they want, it goes into the cart and they check out. Very simple process. Whereas distributors, we need more information from a distributor because they are literally starting a multi-million-dollar business. So we need their date of birth. We need a little bit more information. So distributors enroll. And you'll find those videos in teamactivate.net. Under the back office tab, there's videos to show you how to enroll a distributor and how to check out a customer. So your first goal, have you done this? If you're on here tonight and you've been with us for a while, have you done this? Have you got your first 4 customers? And on top of that, ensure that they stay on, right? So our scientists have told us that Protandim needs to be used for 1 month for every decade you've been alive before you make a decision on whether you're going to continue or not. Because there's so much damage to our cells, Protandim needs time to heal that. So of course, 1 month for every decade. So if you're 40, 4 months commitment. So make sure you explain that to your customers, which will help you to maintain the 4 customers consistently every month. That's your first stop. Now, I want to share this with you because a lot of distributors, and I was in the same trap when I first started, we start thinking that, we got to do all this other stuff that's going to build our business. But the reality is, friends, the only thing that builds your business is you talking to people, inviting them to have a look, following up on them, and enrolling them. That's the only thing that builds your business. If you stop doing that, even if you have a team that's running like crazy, if you yourself stop inviting and enrolling, you will not rank because you need more than 1 leg, right? You will not rank. So it's very, very important to understand that at different ranks, you start doing different things in the business. Between being a distributor and Pro 3, all you should focus on is inviting, sharing what we have, and enrolling. And of course, inviting could be a text, it could be a messenger message, it could be a Facebook post, it could be an Instagram post, it could be a video. So there's various methods of how you invite, but that's your main focus. So all your action, 100% of the action you take in your business should be based around inviting people to look, following up on them, and then enrolling them. And if you don't enroll them, to put them into one of our Facebook groups, so that, remember I said you keep following up until they're in or dead. So you can go back to them next month and say, hey, did you see that testimony that Alfred put up? Wasn't that pretty cool about, you know, how, I don't know, he sleeps better, whatever it is, right? So it's just a method. The Facebook groups are a great method of how you can stay in touch with people without it being weird, okay? So between Distribute and Pro 3, your focus is invite, enroll, invite, enroll. Once you hit Pro 4, even more so Pro 5, you should now start presenting either at events, your local events. You may start holding, you know, events at your home. You may start doing some online presenting or training for the team. We may ask you to do that for our team. You may start presenting opportunity meetings online. That is where your business grows into. But note this, you never ever move out of phase 1. So even though you've got this added function now of presenting 15 times a month for yourself and your team, you still constantly have to think about inviting and enrolling. And once you hit elite and you go above, there's a lot of other stuff when it comes to team, organizing, training, and all that. Now, I want you to be aware that I've seen this happen so often, and I was in the same trap at my first company. Some distributors come in and they believe they've got to reinvent the wheel. They believe that, you know, they can set up better systems, and they probably can. A lot of people can do that, but they believe they can have their own training and their own team names and their own this and their own that. Please believe me when I say to you that that is a mistake, because your attention and your focus is now so diverted to this other stuff that you're forgetting about the core functions of building your business, which really is invite and enroll and later on present. When you get to Pro 7, in fact, my coach said to me, when you get to Pro 9, if you want to consider breaking away and starting your own team, wait until your business is a solid Pro 9. Now, we did that a little bit earlier in Australia with Team Heart and Team Activate, but it was mainly because we're in different countries. And so we found the systems and stuff that was used weren't really applicable to Australia. So friends, a big tip for you is stick to the systems, plug into the system, use it and use it until such time as you have a very strong business. Then add in this extra dynamic of your team training. So the Facebook group, if you're not familiar with this, is called Activate My Life. Now, how do you use this? Well, when people, you know, have a look at what you have, and they either may say, oh, you know what, I'm not quite ready. This is a great tool. You can say, no problem, all good with me, but hey, is it okay if I add you into a Facebook group that's a secret group? Always mention that, because people want to know that their friends can't see where they are in groups. So say it's a secret group where you're going to learn so much about health and see testimonials. I really believe you're going to love it. And I'm yet to find somebody who says no. So now what you've done is you've added them into that group, you welcome them in the welcome post, and you stay in touch. You stay in touch. So let's say we call this ATM. You add them into the group. Now let's say the person may have said to you, I'm really struggling to sleep. go and look for testimonials in that group that's got to do with sleep. So you'll see on the left-hand side, there's a search bar. Put in sleep and see what comes up, and then tag your friend in 1 or 2 posts, and then send them a message and say, hey, John, I've just tagged you in a post. I thought you may find it useful. That's it. Don't verbal vomit on people. Don't say too much. Just say a little bit, and then you leave it. So ATM, add them into a group, tag them into a post relevant to their circumstances, and then message them and tell them. And, you know, of course, diarize so that you remember who you've put in that group and that you follow up with them every couple of weeks. We also now have this beautiful Activate My Pet group. This really breaks my heart when I see the stories of these animals. So who do you know that has pets? Who do you know with dogs? Have you seen the thousands of groups in Facebook about dogs? Oh my goodness. If you took a week and you just spend time looking at who can you connect with that has a pet, and you share the stories, you put them into that group and you tag them in posts, I will be so surprised if you don't enroll 5 or 10 people. So use our groups. Here's a great script that Beata wrote for us. If you don't know her, she's one of our Pro 6 leaders in Melbourne. This is the script that she uses. And this is not to put them into the group, but this is how to share as a new person, how to share what you found. So she says, I found a product that has changed my life and the lives of many others. It's unique, natural, and scientifically proven. I'd love to show you an investigation report. Can I share it with you? And if you're looking for an extra income, the business side of it is quite extraordinary. So this is your decision on whether you like sending a script or not. Personally, I don't send scripts. I did in my past. I had laminated sheets on my desk and I would try all these different scripts. But friends, you know what's helped me? Massive, massive breakthrough in my business was I to learn to ask questions. So it's all about the person. Now what I do is, let's say I friend request somebody or I meet them in a shop. All I'm going to say is, hey, how's it going? You know, how's your day been? I see you live in Sydney. How's Sydney today? And we start having a conversation. And then you become really good at steering your questions towards what you know the product does. It helps you sleep better. It reduces pain in the body. The TGA says we can say it helps with liver function, digestive function. It aids with anxiety and depression. It reduces oxidative stress, according to a study in the USA. So you know in your back of your mind, the product does all this stuff. Now you're talking to a mum who's got 3 kids. And so a great question would be, hey, you got 3 kids under 10 and you work full time? Oh my gosh, are you not exhausted? What do you think she's going to say? Hell yes, I'm constantly exhausted. And then I would go back and say, oh my goodness, I remember, you know, for me, I remember when my kids were young and I was always just, you know, running around with them, and it is exhausting. But I found an all natural herbal product that mums like you are getting brilliant results on and feeling the best they've ever felt. Like, if this is something you'd like to look at, let me know and I'll share it with you. See how easy? So instead of a script, which oftentimes can be very salesy, and I get offended when I get scripts sent to me. Do you? Do you wake up in the morning and there's a Facebook message there and it's like, hey, I've just joined this business and I really want you to look at this. Like, really? You don't even know me? So be careful with sending scripts. You know, it's different with friends and family. You could send something like, hey, I've just joined a new business. I'm so excited. Can you do me a favor? You owe me one. Remember that time I moved your furniture? Can you do me a favor and just test my products for 3 months? I'd really love to know what you think. Great script for when you first started for family. So use scripts, but use them very carefully. Questions are really a good way to go. So let's say the person now comes back and says, yes, please tell me more. Oh my gosh, what do we send? Friends, it is so simple. We have made it super easy for you. There's one link you send them, and it's called www.activatemylife.net. That's it. It's got the pets on there, it's got athletes on there, it's got medical professionals on there, it's got all the science, the patterns, but it starts on the home page with 3 steps. It says, please watch this video. It's a 10-minute video, and it's the ABC video that shows how Protandim originated. Then step 2, it says, please look at the website, at the research, the studies, the patterns, and what the media says. And then step 3 is please go back to the person who shared this with you. So you ask them to come back to you. So simple, one link for everybody that says to you, tell me more. There's even a business section on there. There's a video, which in the next few days I'm remaking, but it is a pretty good video that tells you why LifeVantage is a good business to join. So you could even use that. Isn't that cool? Now, when the person says, yes, tell me more, and they've seen that link and they're ready and they want to know more, please get them on a 3-way call or a 3-way Zoom. If they're ready to enroll or to check out with you, that's fine, go ahead. But if they're not, if you still sort of feel like, they're still humming and hawing, put them in a Facebook group and get them on a 3-way call or Zoom. Very simple. You say, hey, I would so love for you to meet this lady who started this in Australia 3 years ago. She's retired her husband, and just 10 minutes or 20 minutes with her. No obligation, but I would feel so much better if you just got a snapshot of, you know, what is possible, or whatever your words would be with that person. It's got to be them specific, and get them on a call. So friend, your first stop was get 4 people on board, 4 customers. Now for the brand new people, please note that we have this incentive, Pacesetter Pro 2 and Pro 3, and this is an ongoing incentive that the company has. So if you have joined us on the 2nd or later of the month, so let's say you've joined us on the 2nd of January or later, you have got this month plus another 30 days to make Pro 2. Pro 2 is 2,500 points in your business, and not just are you going to get the title of Pacesetter, but you're going to earn an extra $250 in the bonus. We also have the Pro 3, which is 5,000 points, and you've got this month plus 90 more days, so another 3 months to make that. It is so achievable. We have people do that every month, and you will earn an extra $625. So part of your goals and the where to next, first it's the 4 people, you and 4. Once you've done you and 4, look at Pacesetter Pro 2 and Pro 3, and let's get you to achieve and earn those extra bonuses. For the people of you that have joined here tonight and you feel that you're stuck, let me encourage you to do this. Hopefully this training has just refreshed your mind of how simple this is. It really is a simple business to build. You just have to have the right expectations, persistence, perseverance, and patience. Do the work. You've got the recipe there. It's just for you to have a business plan and do the work and use our tools. That's it. If you're stuck, go back to every single person you've spoken to. You know, my 99% of my chats are on Messenger, and I do that purposely because Messenger keeps track for me of our conversation. I don't have to have a notebook and write down little notes. I just go back to Messenger and I can quickly skim read what our conversation was about a year ago. So I do this very often, every 6 weeks or so. I will go right back in Messenger because you can see the date in there. I've even a few times gone right back to April 2016, which is when I started, and I've gone and spoken to every person again. I haven't pitched them. I've just said, hey, John, it's been so long. Has anything changed in your life? Or, you know, how was your Christmas and New Year? We just chat, build rapport, get them to love and trust you or like and trust you. And then from there, it goes to the next level of customer or business. So number one, go back to everyone you've spoken to. Number two, have you spoken to all your Facebook friends? I really want to challenge you, every single one of you on the call, including myself. Stop looking for more people. Have you spoken to your Facebook friends? Start there. And the third thing is join meetups.com. So go to www.meetups.com, key in your postcode, and it's going to show you every meeting or group that gets together in your area. Join the groups, go for breakfasts, go for coffees, whatever they're doing, and get to know more people. And friends, lastly, I'm going to close off with this and say to you, the only way to have success is to have focus. You have to have clear focus. So in other words, focus on just doing the activities needed to get you from being a new distributor to Pro 1, to Pro 2, to Pro 3. Focus on, if you're stuck, go do those activities I suggested. Focus on that. Don't scroll on Facebook for an hour. That's what a lot of people do. Don't. I often get asked, hey, did you see what, Johnny did there in Sydney? I'm like, no. I'm like, but didn't you see his Facebook post? And I'm, no, because I don't scroll Facebook. I legit do not scroll Facebook. I will only look at people who I'm prospecting on Facebook, right? I do it intentionally because I want to stay focused. I only have so many hours in the day. So focus on the stuff I mentioned to you tonight, and I guarantee you that you can do this. You can retire your husband or your partner. You can set up a legacy for your family. It may take you 2 years and 8 months like it took me. It may take you bucket loads of tears and a lot of sweat, but so much joy in between. So many amazing moments, photographs, events, incentives. And, 2 years down the line, or almost 3 years down the line, our lives will never be the same again. So I hope this has been helpful for you.